Good evening, everybody, and happy Monday. This is Leah Ryan and Loft Richard from the Pioneer Racing Pigeon Club of Ontario and the Pioneer One Loft Race here with your Monday night Pioneer Family Show, normally on at 8 o'clock. It's now 8:52. At least we're here, folks. At least we're here. I'm going to do what I do best, check to make sure we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and I will send it over to you, Ryan. Take it away.
Yeah, 8:52. Then next week we might be on at 9 or 9:15. We might eventually, we're going to be like the Late Show with David Letterman and be on at 11 o'clock. We just got to find the time that fits us the best. That's really what it comes down to. Please like, share, and subscribe. This show works best when you guys participate. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean just looking at the camera like this. It means get in there and fire in your questions.
You're right.
Right, might as well ask away. That's why we're here. And it works best when you participate. So, sit back. This should be a pretty fun show. And make yourself a beverage and enjoy. Yeah, enjoy. You gotta enjoy it, Ricky. Are you not enjoying it? You hanging on there, bud, or what? All right.
You hanging on, Ryan?
Yeah, I am. You're hanging on.
Good.
Hanging on. Making sure you're with us here. Look serious today. Serious kind of look. Serious.
Good evening to everybody. We are live on
Thank you,
Facebook
Michael. Like it.
and on YouTube. Good evening to everybody. As Ryan said, tonight we talk anything and everything to do with pigeons, pigeon racing, one loft racing, whether it's our one lofts, other one lofts, breeding, health, you name it. We talk about it. Also, this evening we will be showing the top 3 from our hotspot number 3, The Rock graduation that happened this past Sunday. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to give everybody an update on, who was it? Jerry? Is Jerry the white one?
Jerry.
We're also going to do a weekly update and show everybody Jerry, our Hedgie Heart Award candidate, and see how Jerry's doing. So good evening to everybody. And as Ryan said, this show works best when we're all interactive. So don't be shy. If you have a pigeon question, put it in the comments below and we will do our best to get to it. Ryan, what do you want to talk about first?
What I wanted to talk about, we were actually talking about something today, Leah. Pigeon men's apologies. Apologies. Apologizing. Can I ask you a question, Ricky? Do you ever apologize for the weather?
No.
Do you? I'm sorry, it was hot.
Finish what you're saying.
It was hot today.
Finish.
Hey guys, the birds.
Apology for what?
The birds went like this. They wobbled. I didn't train them in the proper weather conditions for August racing, right? August racing. You know what August racing is? Your balls are gonna be hot, man. After 9 o'clock in the morning, your balls start sweating, and you gotta dig, right? But when you don't work them in that weather, don't turn around and apologize for the weather. Don't apologize for the heat. You know where you're going, right? The wintertime, to put windshield washer fluid in your windshield wiper thing, or the windshield doesn't defrost, right? Apologize for the weather. It's just making us look softer and softer. Okay. Apologize. What am I apologizing?
So who said apologize?
No, it doesn't matter.
Matter.
I look at pigeon men.
Mm.
Pigeon men.
Slow down. Tell me slow.
You want me to hand sign it to you?
Yeah.
I can. I'm just saying, do we apologize for the weather? Do you? Do you think as a loft manager you got to apologize for the weather?
No.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. I don't think you should. And again, you're racing in August. Mm-hmm. It's the hottest time of the year here in Canada. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you're going to ask them to work into the heat. Mm-hmm. Do yourself a favor. Don't apologize for the weather. Apologize for not having them prepped for the goddamn heat. That's what you can apologize for, or don't apologize at all. Just say, hey, that was the bag that Mother Nature gave us. She found the ones that could dig in the heat. But don't apologize for it. You don't have to.
Well, I think you're right, and I think it discredits the ones who came home on that hot day
Yeah.
because you're making an what, you're apologizing to the rest of them because it was hot? Why don't you applaud the ones that did it?
I don't understand what you're talking about apologizing for weather. I don't.
Because
I
that's
don't
something
get-
that you don't do. It's just
No.
stupid.
It's
It's stupid. You don't even understand what we're saying, and
Yeah.
that's nothing wrong with it. Because I've asked you.
Apologize for what?
Right. The other day we took
Okay,
the
explain it
birds
to
out.
me. Okay, wait.
A race.
Telling me, wait, stop,
Okay, let me
stop,
explain it. I know
stop,
what you're going to ask me.
stop telling me I'm an idiot, an asshole, anything.
What are you talking about?
And you're in the wrong. I'm going to say I want an apology. So, what is this apologizing for? I don't understand.
We're
Lee
saying,
and I drove. Lee and I
okay,
went.
We don't need to get into this. I'm going to tell you. I forgot. I had to put this on a goddamn platter and give it to you right there so you could follow
So
it.
apologize for what?
A race took the birds 260 miles
Right.
in August.
Mm-hmm.
Let them out 7:30 or 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had shoulder headwinds.
I'm listening.
A little bit
Yeah.
shoulder headwinds.
Mhm.
Okay. The birds came, beat,
Mhm.
finished, done,
Mhm.
hard.
Mhm.
Right. But there was birds that kept the pace and
Mhm.
did the job.
Yeah, birds out front.
Yeah. Machines. There's
Yeah.
10 or 12 real ace machines.
You know, or 50 or 20 or whatever.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And the one loft breeder, the one loft handler, he comes on,
Yeah.
and he
Slow down.
apologizes
He apologizes.
for the weather.
Uh,
I think we should have stuck him at 25 miles in a tailwind.
he apologizes for the weather.
Yeah.
So that what he's saying is
discredit the
he
pigeons.
he thinks he made a mistake.
But how can you apologize for the weather?
Hey, bud.
Was it a sunny day?
Hold on, buddy. If you're listening,
He's not listening.
as long as you give those birds a nice 15, 20 miles of good weather, they can crash through headwind, tailwind, thunderstorm, done. They got a good start. It's over. Don't apologize.
Would you apologize for the weather?
You know what? I
Would you?
hate to say it, but
No.
don't. I never heard this in my life. It sounds like you're a suck ass. If you're listening, a
No,
suck ass
but-
pigeon flyer.
but-
That's what I'm saying. A suck ass. Apologize. Come on, man.
What we're saying is, why would you apologize for the weather instead of saying, "Hey, super ace pigeons that made it through. It was a good tough day, good working day, and you know what? I should have had them just a little bit more prepared to dance in that heat." That's it.
Troy says the pigeons were not trained enough, in my honest opinion. And Michael Peebler is asking, with our birds, were the birds rested today? So you guys can answer that.
I guess
Today, super.
Today our birds went out. They went out in the morning. They flew. They flew pretty good. They were up and down. It rained here so hard. Poured so hard at one point, and the birds got so soaked.
It was like steady.
It rained from about 2 o'clock till about 6 o'clock. We were starting to get the birds in, but the birds were so wet. No point in not putting them down the road. They were just too wet.
So, would you apologize for the weather?
No, they've done everything I've asked. I mean, they're doing real good. Tomorrow we're going to go back to the rock to reset the brain, start back fresh. We go back to the rock, one time to the rock, then we're going to move forward. You know, and I did want to train today, but unfortunately those birds were out, and it came down. It was one of those rains for about an hour. You could have literally done your laundry in it, showered in it, washed your car in it. You could literally get soaked in about 2 seconds. And the birds, they were so soaked. These birds I'm going to show tonight, they're still wet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not apologizing for it. We just, hey, go back to work tomorrow with
No,
them.
so I think whoever said he's apologizing for the weather because he couldn't move on. And
He's not apologizing for the weather because he couldn't move on. He's apologizing for the weather because the birds came like this. Look, wobble, 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 crash. That's why he's apologizing, right? You don't know why you're apologizing. You can't train pigeons 13 times, take them out, and expect them to dance. Because you know what? Only the cream dances. but the rest of them, they don't. And then you got to come out there and say, oh, I apologize. Today was 85 degrees. No, you know you're training or you're racing in August. You know, I went to Texas. It was 102 degrees. Okay. I asked the guy, Paul Daniels was running the race. I said to Paul, not knocking Paul, real good guy, cowboy, rides the bulls. Leah, you know him real well.
Mhm.
Talked to him, and he had to do 150 miles in Texas. It's 105, 107 degrees. They let the birds up at 7 or 8, or maybe it was 200 miles, whatever. It wasn't a hard race. It wasn't far. The guy no daybirds. He says, when you train the birds? Train the birds at 6 o'clock in the morning. Every day. Train them at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 50 miles, 80 miles, 100 miles, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. That day, the birds had to go double the distance. It was 200 miles. So the birds got from, 7 in the morning till 9, they did 100. But from 9 till 12, that was the time where Mother Nature just cranked the heat till you bury them. No birds come home. I said to myself, almost there. He said, he didn't train these birds late enough in the day. He didn't teach them to bake. Not long enough. And you know what? Unfortunately, he never got birds. But, that doesn't mean he was going to get them.
Ryan, these one-off guys, I could say it, guys, you're going to learn one thing. You're pokey dokey. Put the birds in your transporter and let them cook with no water for maybe 5 or 6 hours at least. Let them cook. You one-off guys. Think about it. Let them learn what the heat feels like. You're going to see a difference.
Sure. You train the body to adapt.
Exactly.
And what I'm saying is, you're apologizing for the heat.
But
when you made your schedule up, Boy Wonder, you said, I'm going to dance them in the heat. And sure as hell, 100 miles isn't hot. 200 miles starting to get hot. But once you're at 250 miles, those birds got to do it in 5 to 7 hours. You're putting them up at 7 in the morning. You're cooking them at the hardest point of the day. The longest time on the wing at the hottest time of the day. And when you don't condition that, and Troy says, the guy didn't train hard enough. The guy doesn't know how to train. His mentor there, walking him along, doesn't know what he's helping him with either. Because early morning. You don't get it done early in the mornings. Anyways, Leah, I'm done on that point. Sorry, again, another One Loft owner apologizing for shit you don't need to apologize for. But you know why you apologize? Because you take people's money and you don't know how to make the goddamn bird dance in the conditions that you're going to put them in. Would you take pigeons? Would you take pigeons from Florida, bring them here, and put them and let them out minus 30 degrees out here? Would you do that?
No.
Or would you screw them? Yeah, but if they were acclimatized to it, they'd be okay, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Back to you, Leah.
ABC Loft says, Ryan, what did the fanciers in Europe tell you about road training after the first race?
Everywhere's different. If you talk to guys there that win young bird races, they train differently. I mean, you talk to Serge Van Alsecker, he flies 300 miles a week. He doesn't have to road train. He has to get the birds out, loft line, and build up. He's going like this every week. Guys that are on a sprint course to train differently. Guys that specialize in young bird racing there, they will train them hard. But everyone there, what's so nice about Europe is you can literally say, these next 2 years, I'm focusing on winning sprint races. Then I'm focusing on middle distance races. Then I'm going into middle and long distance. And then I'm, like Sonia Vandermellen says, now she's getting into extreme long distance. But we don't have that here. And I'm going to tell you, here you have to work the birds.
If I could say something.
Yeah.
We are, our country, we're on the same latitude on the earth.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. What does that have to do with training?
So what I'm saying is we should be able to do
Mhm.
the same kind of programs.
Can I ask
right?
you? Can I ask?
Okay, but
can I
but
ask you a
but
question?
hold on. There is not enough involvement here.
No.
So in other words, let's say in Belgium,
Mhm.
there's 12,000 pigeon flyers. Belgium is about as large as, see that?
Okay,
This.
but
Okay, wait, stop. Canada, okay, is this large. What we got in Canada, we got like 700 pigeon flyers.
Yeah.
So, okay.
what does this
So,
have to do with it?
No, so what I'm saying is you don't have the volume.
You can't study
of-
the craft of racing.
Yeah,
You can't study the craft of racing.
That's right. So we got a bunch of
They're-
basically,
it's a different.
you know what?
It's different
Hey
style.
guys,
it's
in
different
Canada,
It's
we're a
different
bunch
style.
of chicken coop flyers. That's
it's
it.
a different style of flying here. It's different.
There's no style here.
No,
There's no shit.
no.
man.
It's different. It's completely different. It's completely different.
You call it style?
No,
There's no style here, man. There's no
sa-
style.
I'm saying you.
They got
when
no-
When you're here, you get lumped into a couple shorts, a couple middles, a couple longs. That's what you get lumped into. You just get a big pile of nothing, and that's why here.
Yeah, there's no style.
People here say they fly real widowhood. Come on, no. Anyways,
Tell
tell
us how you really feel, Loft Manager Richard. Moving on, Josh Tribley is asking, the Flyers in Europe, in areas that it rains a lot, do they do something special for the training? So like in the UK and stuff, like because it does rain a shit ton there. How do they cope with that?
Well, I know Dean Pallett. You spoke with him, Ryan. You fed it to me. Dean Pallett said, if I have to wait for a sunny day, I'll never train. So that's how those people work.
But
that's
you have,
like
you
here,
you have to remember, he was a sprint
Excuse
flyer
me.
that would fly up to 100 miles, 120 or 150 miles, and he had a program of training that he put him through. Derek Walsh is the same way. Train. That's what he does. Now, Serge, he trains differently. Emil Denny's, a long distance flyer. He doesn't need to. He has a different setup. Everyone is different. But over there, they can fly a style. They can pick what they want to fly. You know, they say the Van Riet pigeons, you could use that. Or the Vandenbulk pigeons, very aggressive. How did they get them that aggressive? Sprint racing. The car is dialed in, real sharp, real tight, dominating. The man can fly a true widowhood system there. You know, can have the cockbirds working to the boxes, can have them on a short sprint series, and he has 24 cocks, 24 little Wayne Gretzky's, Bobby Orr's, Mario Lemieux, Mario Andretti's, supers, and he can pick, and he learns each pigeon. Total difference in here. Total difference. I think here in North America, it's still built for hens. This is all hen racing, in my opinion. Boy, this has been a good show already, Lee. I'm fired up.
Peter is asking, at what point do you stop loft flying and tossing in the same day?
Not yet. You know what? They're not even loft flying that great because we've got them dialed in to the up and the home, I expect tomorrow's training toss, they're going to be a little slow, I think. I think they're going to play tomorrow a bit. They've got a lot of energy built in, but they're so focusedly, and you see it on the camera, they're focused on trapping. They just love to bang, but they still got a lot of built up energy. And right now, we're dialing them into trapping. They'll get back to loft flying again as we up the groceries. Now we're starting to get further. We're going to go from 21 miles to 45, 50 miles. We start to up it more. Once we get into race mode here, the only training spot we're going to go to is the Rock. if we train, or they'll be loft flown. But it's however you're playing. These birds here, I can't just sit back and say, well, we're just going to train them, or we're just no. I have to play it safe. So they go out every day. They go out for 3 hours. They go out, burn a little bit of steam off, still get a little bit of confidence, enjoy themselves. Put them in the basket, let them sit for a few hours, and let's go down the road. And we'll do that right up probably to Brecken here, the next spot, and then we might just go in the basket and go 12 o'clock training in Bracebridge at 80 miles. So just keep playing it safe, or not safe, but slow.
Sorry. Josh Tribley asks or says, I was thinking about that yesterday. I know guys that will not even loft fly in the rain, getting back to the rain scenario.
Yeah, the rain today, there was no rain when we let them out. I upped my feet a little bit, and the birds had quite a bit. Ricky's were still dialed back. And I said, hey, I got to let my birds go out and just, they were out. Everything was looking good. And then I would have called them in, but it just poured rain so hard that the whole show shut down. They said, no, we're soaked. We're sitting out. And that's what they did. So in that pouring rain, I wouldn't have let them out. Light drizzle, okay. But that type of rain, that's just no good.
Brian Mader says the landscape different. Maybe he's saying like landscape different between here and places in Europe. Sure.
Oh, Belgium's flat land, right? You get to Germany. You drive. You want to take beautiful drives, man. You drive through Germany. They got those nice big rolling, big hills. It's very, very nice. Belgium, though, it's as flat as a pancake. Lots of wind. None of it's the same. Very flat. The UK, nice. You go up though to Scotland. It's amazing the roads you see in Scotland, and I'm very lucky. Same with Ireland. I went and seen all this. The roads they got to go down. The pigeon valleys. Much different than Belgium. They're each place those different pigeons, right? Pigeons handle it different.
And if I can just interject there, and that's why it's almost great that the way that you did do your tour there back in the wintertime, how you did do a lot of the driving and you were able to see that, and you're now able to, when you're talking about what these pigeons go through in certain areas, you actually have the visual knowledge to know what you're talking about. Because you've been there, you've driven it, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Ann Barloff says, Peter, when you're retired, and I think we're getting back to like maybe the training and the loft flying or what we were talking about there. And what I did want to make mention is, and I don't like to toot our own horn, but that's what's great about this race. What's great about this race is if you don't have the ability to put in the time, effort, and dedication because of whatever circumstance you're currently in, because you work full time or you have kids or you have a busy social schedule or whatever. The great thing about our race is you're able to see your birds being tested by two people who are doing it as a full-time job, where they're putting in the 150% dedication to training your birds. That's what we're doing here. They're training your birds, right? And they're doing it on a full-time, like a job, because it is your job level. And that's the great thing about this race. You can watch your pigeon and see how it does when trained to the 150% ability. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, again, the way I look at it is I look at there's so many races out there, and every time I look, I say, well, do I want to go and participate in this? And I watch the training, I watch the trapping, I watch maybe their social media. I put it all together, and I look and I say, no. The person's taking the money and doing the bare minimal work. Again, there's another race here in Southern Ontario. In 1 week, train the birds. In 7 days, he trained the birds twice. 5 kilometers and 20 kilometers. History repeats itself. No work. You know what? I don't have the pigeons that I like a pigeon to go out there and let's do some work. I want to see the results. You know, I'm training these pigeons here, and we talked to Jim McGinnis. Jim McGinnis has traveled to a lot of one-off racing, and he's playing, and he says to me point blank, Ryan, I never had a pigeon like this one, Fergus. He's just bang, 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 bang. Jim is excited on 2 miles, on 10 miles, and on 21 miles. You want me to tell you why? Because you're seeing work done. Work done. We don't know if it's going to be a great pigeon. It could fall off this week. But you know what's so nice? You're watching all the pigeons go head to head, and let's dance.
I don't want to be insulting.
Well, then don't say
but
it. You got to remember.
I won't say it, but wait.
Well,
whoever you are, did you ever really know how to work a bird properly? Whoever you are. And I'm saying, who the hell are you?
whatever that means.
Now you see what what proper work will do. And I don't need any excuses. Too many trees, too many gravel pits, too much mountains. I don't need that excuse.
But
that's it.
But what
it.
What I'm saying is, isn't it so nice if you set these pigeons up from when you start training to the last race of that season? Because that pigeon doesn't know what he's doing. He just knows he gets in the basket and it works for you. He thinks everyone's a race. And I think we have to treat this as that instead of the big cash grabs.
Anyway.
But we know
the pigeon's brain is the same as a human.
Right.
In other words,
actually they're smarter.
If I got someone working for me, and I was in business many years, I can tell how a person works. I could tell if a person doesn't use, electric windows, turns the windows up, breaks the winder off the windows. So basically, this is what we're talking about.
Now, Leah had some questions.
Right.
Go ahead.
ABC Love says, I had my first race Sunday, 100 miles. I'm thinking 150-mile toss on Wednesday, then ship again Saturday for another 100-mile race. What do you guys think?
It's only on one ear.
Just 1 second, Leah.
It's only on one ear.
It's only on one. You're going to listen on one ear. I can't change it now.
Okay. My doctor said it's not good for me.
All right. Leah, throw that question in again.
Okay, ABC Loft asks, I had my first race Sunday, which was 100 miles. He's thinking of 150-mile toss Wednesday, and then he's shipping again on Saturday for another 100-mile race. What do you guys think?
My opinion is, so the day after the race, I'd leave them in. The next day after, so let's say that's Monday, you race Saturday. Sunday, they stay in. Monday, you let them out. Let them be themselves. And then Tuesday I train. Wednesday I train. Thursday I train. And he's not passing until Saturday. Friday I train. And then that would be it. I wouldn't let him out on Saturday, the day of shipping. And for 100 miles, if there's no headwind, I wouldn't feed them Saturday at all. I'd feed them heavy Friday night, and I wouldn't even give them nothing. If I fed them on Friday, I'd feed them just a little bit of sneaky mix just so they have a drink. I'd give them water.
Let's ask, how long have these, how prior to this,
How many tosses have you had?
have they been? Have you been doing it 1 week before, or have you been doing it 5 or 6 weeks before in your training schedule? Like, I've heard guys saying, "Oh,
We don't have to get into the story.
I don't know where this guy's coming from. I
think what you're saying is, and let's not be rude.
Like, what's the training?
How many training flights have you done before the first race?
How much loft line are they doing?
Right.
Let's think about
how
this.
much road training have you given them before
That's
the
right.
first race?
That's right.
Now, again, this is different than Europe, so I'm not using a European system on this. But I wouldn't be afraid.
So-
And pigeons, the first time they go in a transporter with 1,000 other birds, scrambles the brain. So what do you want to do? You want to start off, rebuild the confidence, and get them down the road.
Where's this guy going?
I don't know, Dad. I have to ask him, and he's got a message. But
Okay.
you make it like he's sitting beside me here. Look, here he is. Ask him.
Okay.
All right, settle down.
We should try and hook up the call-in. Would you guys like the call-in program? Call-in with Ricky? Where could you imagine?
Can I have
would
a
be like-
revolver?
It would be
All
like
I'm
8
saying
hours.
is, excuse me, some people are very naive.
But no.
They train the birds 2 or 3 times in
But
3
we
weeks.
don't
They put them
know.
to 100
We
miles.
could have trained them 50 times. I don't know.
I
But that's
just
what
wanna
we're
know.
waiting for.
The man's asking for what advice? Let's find out.
But I guess when you ask for the advice, you got to get the whole story too.
Right.
And that's where when you call and you get Ricky or you get me, and I guess that's what it comes down to. You know, I had Brian Mansker call me. We talked 20 minutes today about training and training in an opposite direction in certain things. And you sort of figure out what the guy's going through because maybe you've gone through the same thing. Oh boy. Back
Well,
to
I
you.
heard apparently
Thank
their trailer they changed the score the course.
Right, we're not getting into that now.
No,
'Cause that's
but-
for another day.
To me, that's not right.
I think that was like actually like I think 3 family shows ago. I think we talked about that. So we're going to talk about that now. Peter has a question. Why are you going back to the Rock tomorrow? Thought they graduated yesterday. Is it because they got wet today?
No, I didn't train them today. And what do we know about young pigeons? They're stupid. Still.
We're gonna bring back the confidence.
Why?
And actually, that race yesterday, which we had, I didn't see total confidence. They came back in 3 groups plus on the side.
You've seen birds that could dig a little deeper in the warm temperature in the headwind. That's the first thing you see, right? But I agree with what you said. And you know what? Today, they had the day off. Okay, they had the day off because of the weather. We had planned to train today 100%, even if it was to the duck farm, 2 miles.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
But the birds were so wet.
Yeah.
Leah, you were here today. You've seen them. They look like it was bad.
Rats, yes.
Right. So tomorrow now, I have to do what I was going to do today. We're going to go back to the Rock, let them feel good about themselves. It's back on that bike and riding and feeling good. Now, the next day,
I would have to
take
say,
'em.
I'm gonna knock you out. I would have to say we'll take them back to 10 miles. Then we go to the Rock,
okay,
and then
if you want,
we jump up.
Hey,
We're not in a rush, man. What are you worried about? I'm not in a rush. Are
I'm
you
not-
guys worried? I'm
I'm-
not in a rush. Let's get the confidence back in the birds. That's it.
No problem, Ricky.
Gonna take them
I'm
10
not-
miles,
I'm not against
take
you.
them to the Rock.
I'm not against you.
That's it.
I'm not against you.
Confidence. I'm not in a rush.
I agree. But I'm saying I'm not going to a new point. I'm going to first let them go down the road with what they know a little bit so they start to feel good again. Hey, here we go. Then we're going to play the game again. Back to you, Leah. And you know what? And even taking them to the new spot, that don't mean they're going to do it great. We're not going to lose half of them. 3/4 of them or all of them. Because you know what? There's a point when you take the birds and you let them out. I can't do no more. I'm not apologizing.
Oh, wait.
They have to do the work.
All I'm gonna say is a couple words.
Please don't say the windshield wiper thing.
4 words.
What?
4 words.
What are they?
We
We
do
do.
give
Yeah.
5 words. Shit.
We give a shit.
Yeah. So that means, hey, folks, they're your birds. They're our birds.
Two.
We give a shit.
And-
Okay. So we're gonna do it. So are you guys in a hurry or something?
No, nobody's
No, we're not in a hurry, okay?
Nobody's
So-
in a hurry.
We're gonna give a shit. That's it.
And
Bottom
I
line. Boom.
I think what you hear when you hear that is we want to be able to, if we want to fly against somebody else, have it be Troy, Frank, another one-off race. When I go head to head, I know I'm going out there with pigeons that I worked the way I would work them to win a race. Does it mean you're all going to like that way? Absolutely not. No. But what it does mean is I've given you my very best. I put the best from me and him into those birds. And you know what? Some are going to make it, some are not. But we're honest saying we're giving you our very best. I can't give you any more. We don't have a club or combine to fly in. They don't let us. So I'm using your birds to fly my style the best way I can fly. And I get to fly against Ricky this year and the Pioneer Club, which is great. And I'm going out there to beat everybody every time I go out.
Mike Vandriak says, get this off here so everybody can read along with me. I believe the birds come from 23 miles in 3 groups because the flock size is so large. I don't think pigeons like to fly in a huge flock.
The birds that have the most jam, they stay to the front. They pull. Then there's the second group, then there's the third group. I don't think they look at their watch or look at their thing and say, okay, guys, only 24 are allowed in this group. Then the next group, there's 68. Second group can have 68 to 70. The third group can have 100. But that first group can only have 23. You think so, Leah? What do you think? I think the ones that want to do it, they stay out in the front.
What's that saying? Birds of a feather flock together?
Man, that's a good saying. Leah, this week's calendar photo. Maybe a picture of me and Mike like this with our hands around each other. Maybe he's got that crazy Crocodile Dundee hat. I've got the Daniel H. hairdo. Kind of look like I'm from space or Mars. Or you said I look like one of the Bobbsey twins. Maybe we have our arms around each other and that's what we say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Mike. Do we have scientific proof? Is that like just how you feel? Did you ask them? Do they like to fly in groups?
Hey, can I ask you a question? Why is Prince? He's got a first, he's got a second, and he's got a second. How come he gets out to the front on all those? How come, Leah? Why does he do it?
I'm not sure.
We got to ask him.
We'll have to ask him. Troy, timekeeper, calendar man, calendar boy. He's the calendar boy, Troy. September 9th is only 8 days away. Do you still plan to start on September 9th? How are you figuring 8 days, Troy? Where are you going 8 days, bud?
Troy, let's pass the Dochi on the left-hand side together. Today's the 22nd. We got wait, Troy. I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 days away. Troy, I'm Ryan from the Pioneer Club, right? I took as a kid. You can ask my sister. Hooked on Phonics. Look at what it's doing for me now. Troy, let's get on Hooked on Phonics together.
Troy, we're 18 days away from September 9th. Not 8 days, bud. But thank you for that one. Mike Parrish, most of your migrating birds flock in large groups. More safety in large groups. Mike Parrish, I agree with you. Christmas Cactus, hi y'all pigeon folk. Nice to see you on Christmas Cactus. Mike Vandriak, the only bird that might pull away at 23 miles might be hurt and looking to get home quick.
You know what? Most funniest thing, Leah. I went through a soccer practice with literally a half broken ankle. I limped through. My sprinting, I could out sprint anybody. I was dead last in the middle of the pack. Hold on. My leg was hurting. My ankle was sore. My knee. You don't run faster. You don't run faster. Come on. Does anybody run faster? What is this? Are these things invincible, Leah? We got to get Jerry out here. He's missing half his eye. His scalp's burnt off. I bet you if I take him 25 miles, guess what I'm going to get? Jerry home in about 3 weeks. But you know what? Hell with it, Ricky. Tomorrow, Jerry, we're going to prove something here. I'm joking. I don't know.
Troy says 18, so yes, we will have them ready in 18 days, providing, the next, I don't know, something horrendous happens, which
And it
you
can.
never, it can happen. I don't know. Do we know what tomorrow's going to be like? We don't know. Your mistake is you think pigeons race home. They just fly home.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Michael.
whoa,
Michael.
whoa. Wait a minute,
Michael,
maybe.
Michael,
Listen.
Michael,
Oh
Michael,
my,
Michael.
oh.
That, man, it's okay. You can just give me my mixed drink because Mike, here, grab me a piece of lime. Pigeons don't race home.
Guys,
Then what are we doing here? You know what? No more training, nothing. First race will be in 18 days. We're going to go to 100 miles. Guess what? Mike, can I ask you a question? Why do you do all that work with your birds? Why do you single toss them, Mike? They don't race home. And a greyhound doesn't run. And Secretariat didn't outrace the other horses. He just naturally smoked them. They don't race. You know what? Usain Bolt. He's a human being, right? Do you think he was racing, or what do you think? Think he's naturally just that fast, or did he train for it and he could just smoke people because he had it in him and it's a desire? They don't race. Man. I need hooked on Fox again.
yeah, I'm not. Guys, what do you think about that? Are they just flying? Is that what we're doing? We're just flying? I thought we were racing. I'm not sure. I guess they're just flying. What's the point then?
Well,
What's the point?
every one-off race around here, it's not racing, it's homing. It's homing, right? Homing. This is homing pigeons.
In that one statement, I just questioned, like, what have we been doing the last 3 years with
Can
our
you take
lives?
that? Can you take that stupid sign down that says Pioneer Racing Pigeon Club of Ontario and change it to Pioneer Homing Pigeon, Come Home Pigeon,
Flying pigeon, flying pigeon
Flying
club.
Pigeons?
Okay.
Oh well, that's okay. But everyone sees things differently, and that's fine.
Josh says so much can happen on a toss or a race. Assuming things only makes us assumers. 100%. All we can do is speculate. We have absolutely no idea why they came in 3 groups. Only they know.
Only they know. And we looked. We did the tosses all week. Birds come home. Birds come home. Birds come home. Yeah, we went there yesterday. We're down at 7 or 8 pigeons. It didn't come today. Why? Now remember, when you're going through a headwind, transport comes by, you hit it. Fence, you hit it. Wire, you hit it. Hawk, I don't know. But that's the beauty of this. We don't know.
There's no guarantee. You could have a Lamborghini car and drive it from here to 300 miles or 500 kilometers in that direction. And you get about halfway, and that Lamborghini gets hit by a transport truck. Wait, and the people they're waiting at that end because their brother driving the Lamborghini that far, and they go,
You never
"Well,
made it.
where's my brother?" Well,
We
he
just,
was driving a Lamborghini. Wow.
it's Lamborghini.
He got hit by
It's
a Lamborghini. He got
Ghini.
hit by a
Ghini.
whatever you
Lamborghini. Say it with me.
He was riding a camel 300 miles across the friggin' road, and he got hit by something.
Okay.
And well, it was a top-notch camel. He shouldn't have got it. He got halfway, got hit, done. Whoop. Well, that can't be. It was a top-notch camel. Like, holy shit, man.
Okay.
So this
weren't even talking about
this guy
that.
here is talking about
No,
whatever he
Mike,
said.
No. Mike,
Come on, man.
no. Josh was right. You don't know. And this is the
You
only
don't know.
This is the only sport where you can watch them at Liberation for 30 seconds to a minute, and you watch the last minute. But everything in between there is blind.
Exactly what I said. Once you
That's
let those birds out
It's on them now.
from that transporter,
It's on them.
those birds are no longer anyone's birds. Done.
They're Mother Nature's. They got to do their
Whatever
their-
happens between
Back to
is
you, Leah.
just,
Back to you.
Eddie Ortiz says migrating birds don't fly fast, they just fly to get there. Racing pigeons are just not homers, they are racing machines.
Round of applause, Leah.
Round of applause for
Well,
Eddie. You hit the nail.
I would have to say he's right, but if you take pigeons that haven't been worked, they're basically, it's like I haven't been worked, okay? Like trained as an athlete to play football, basketball, whatever.
You have to train them.
Okay,
You
right.
have to train them.
So what this fellow's saying here is right, but it's kind of wrong because these birds are trained to be
Okay.
mentally
Wait,
athletes.
Hold on. If you take an Arden, a Jansen, a Vandenbalk, a Van Reet, a Sion, and you let them out, and you had one of each, okay? You let them all out, or 5 of each, and they loft flew. You will not see, they won't loft fly at a different pace. They won't.
They all go together.
They all go together. But when you train a racing pigeon and you build the condition up and you focus them and you get his mind in it and the body in it and the feed in it and everything, it's the pigeons that start at pace 50 miles an hour, they start. And the people who put the most work in and the best quality of the horse, which is the pigeon.
The bird
pigeon holds
can
the
hold.
speed. And that's where you see on 23 miles, you get 3 groups. Bang, 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 bang. They stretch out.
100%. But we could look in those 3 groups the other day. Let's say a falcon came in or a hawk came in,
But that's
and they get split.
That's a different story.
And that's where you see the one group was a minute or half a minute ahead of the second group. The other group.
But can I ask you a question? The winning birds that have been winning at 2 miles and at 10 miles, they were there again. They found their way in it. They found their way in it. Because you want me to tell you why?
They're more natural as an athlete.
Their focus levels.
Right.
They can hold the pace.
Right.
And they're leading the pace. Back to you, Leah.
Mike Van Dyke says, Frank, or you guys, and what are your thoughts on it? I'm curious. Do you think the most fit athletes are the ones clocking first from 23 miles?
Do I think the most?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. You want me to tell you something?
No, I would have to say.
I want you, before you say that, I want you to think.
I'm going to
say
something.
Think of Miss San Diego.
I would have to say mentally, how the bird works. The physically is another thing. But you have short distance mentally, and then we get into a little longer distance.
And that's a different mental game.
Different game. So I think what Mike was saying, he has a good point. In other words, what you see now is maybe not what you're going to see in another 3 weeks.
Right.
Right. Okay. So you can't.
Hold on.
You can't blame.
I'm not blaming Mike.
No, you can't blame these birds.
Listen.
Right now for scoring. Those birds scoring number one. In 3 weeks from now, they may not be there.
Listen. How many horses won the Triple Crown? They said Secretariat would never win the Triple Crown because his father couldn't breed horses that could do a mile or whatever it was. And you know what? He wanted everything he went into. They couldn't stop him.
Okay, so
But
wait.
hold on.
You're talking about one horse or one pigeon kept going. That's super.
Right.
But we're talking about the group.
Okay.
Okay, so so what you're saying is one pigeon is going to go from this till the end.
Well,
okay.
No.
I don't believe it.
No, I'm not saying that.
I believe maybe. Yes.
Maybe. Well, we see Miss San Diego do it.
Uh-huh.
That's one time we've seen it. Now, I don't know if we have another one in here that can do it. But guess what? We're allowing this to happen. We are showing, we're going to watch birds like Fergus. We're going to watch birds like Prince. We're going to see how good are they. I remember Dart from Rick Fife. When the birds loft flew and I called him in at night, he was the first one. He was good at 2 miles. He was good at 5 miles.
Yeah.
But after that, It wasn't the same pigeon. He couldn't keep it, couldn't keep it, couldn't keep it. These two pigeons, Prince and Fergus, and even Jackson, right now at 25 miles, they're doing it. Now, they're going to get to 50 miles. Can they do it? Maybe they do it. If they keep going, that's on their brains. But they're showing me they're smart, and we're adding a bit more distance, and they're handling it with ease.
So,
I like that.
Okay.
I like that. I don't think they can do it. I don't know if they can do it. Not every
Mike-
pigeon can do it, but we're going to see.
Well,
Like-
remember,
Let Leah talk.
out of 1,000 birds, there's only one super. So,
That's right. So we might have two supers here. We might. We might not.
we may
They
have-
might be gone this week. I don't know.
Mike Vanderyak says, when I train from 1 mile to 80 miles, my birds almost always come home together as one group. I am sure most others experience the same.
to 80 miles. Mike said that they come in one group.
I find it.
Just hold on. I've trained them up. I'll take them to
Bracebridge.
60 miles, which is Washago, and they maybe it's the wrong spot, but they don't come in one group from there. No, they kind of I don't know where you were training
Well,
from. 80 miles. Where are you training from, Mike?
I think,
I'm just gonna
no,
say,
I'm
where-
going to throw this at you.
Mhm.
You take those birds to 21 miles and give them a tailwind, they'll all be there together. Guaranteed. You give them a headwind, and they won't. You give them a headwind from 10 miles, and they all then come together. We did it.
Mm.
Even though the clocking looked like they all come together, when you were visibly there, you could see them. They were still stretched out. Headwind is a different beast. You can win as many races as you want as a tailwind flyer, and great. You can do it. Take that same super flyer, turn it around, and put the wind into the face. Now you got to know, can he condition them, and does he have the pigeons to do it?
You know, I always said if a bird after 2 hours on the wing, 2 hours, take them for 2 hours on the wing. In other words,
100 miles. 100 miles.
wait,
80
100
to-
miles. Yeah,
80 to
100 miles with no wind, and even with a bit of headwind, he's going to be 2 hours on the wing. You'll see what you're going to get.
Right.
What's going to work. You could take those birds like
And-
30 miles, 40 miles, and they'll with no headwind, no shit. They'll come an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, an hour. They'll come 60 minutes, whatever.
Okay.
But when you push them to more than 2 hours on the wing, actually flying,
when
you're
they
going to
should be.
find out.
If you take your birds 20 miles and it takes 2 hours to come home, that's not the same
No,
2 hours.
I'm not doing
We're
that.
talking
no,
100 miles, 80 to 100 miles, where they got to focus for that time. Focus and dig and focus. Another thing, why do we train in the afternoons? The wind is always the strongest. The tailwind is the strongest, which we don't like, but it teaches them to learn it.
Mhm.
But the headwind is the strongest. It makes the hill not like this. It makes the hill like this. I want them to go up the hill.
I like to go 20 miles in a headwind,
Beautiful.
not 20 miles in a tailwind.
No.
Right.
Right. You would always prefer the headwind.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you're teaching the bird to dig deep.
Mhm.
Back to
That's
you.
what I feel.
Josh Tribley says, I do agree, not every bird is racing home, but there are birds that are racing home due to motivation, training, or the personal traits of that bird. I agree 150%. I don't think they are all racing, but I do think the ones that make it home the quickest, they absolutely are, based on absolutely what Josh says, motivation, training, or the personal traits of the pigeon. I agree with that 100%.
For sure. It makes sense. I mean, you know.
You gotta. Hey, wait.
listen,
You
can
gotta come home for
Can-
something.
Can I ask you
A young bird gotta come home for feed.
Can I ask
A
you?
young bird, A young bird
Can I
half.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
You're not a big cooker. You don't really like to cook. You like to eat, but you don't like to cook, right? Can mom cook? Mom can cook.
Right.
Very good cook. I like to cook, and Leah likes to cook. We take that trait. Now, if you'd had another child, they may have hated cooking. And this is what we say. This is why
I have about 4 other children, and they don't like to cook. You don't even know them yet, but you know.
No, but what we're saying is, you take a look at this, and this is why people go out and they buy certain bloodlines, certain birds, certain this, certain that. You see it because you're trying to achieve what's inside those birds to get that into your family. Back to you, Leah.
Michael Peebler has a good thought. He says, you're training out of 3 different lofts. That is why you might have 3 different groups. They're racing against each other.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know. I know one thing. Right now, I'm racing by myself.
So Mike Vanderyak says 100 birds are hitting the board together. The first ones to clock are the most anxious to get inside for whatever reason. Isn't that reason what makes them a winner on that day? Because they're a little more motivated, they're a little more anxious, they got a little more drive. Isn't that what makes you cross the finish line first?
You know, Leah, I've whipped Ricky's butt 3 races, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've whipped it. He's got a pigeon in his loft that I want in my loft. You people will say, well, what is it? The bird is Ventrova eloranta camellia. Okay? It's in the top 10 pigeons in points, and I've out-trapped him every time. But he's got a bird that's 8th in points. If I had that bird might be ahead of mine. Because I think I tune differently. What a good pigeon. You guys want a pick bird? Ventrova eloranta. Take a look at the points. That's the pigeon to pick for this week. Because I'm going to tell you, that pigeon is trapping like a machine in your loft. Very consistent pigeon. Super pigeon. Hey, look at, I'm looking to go buy pigeons, aren't I? That's a pigeon I would buy right away. For what we're doing right now.
Antonio says, I believe that they don't race. I have yet to see a pigeon come home, mouth open, gasping for air. What is your opinion on that? I've seen it.
When you see a pigeon that comes home and he's gasping for air, what he's telling you is he's giving you his best. Maybe he's a little under-conditioned. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't like those conditions. He's not that type of pigeon. We see it here. Leah, have I ever, and I'm using this here, did I ever point out to you, and I'm going to use the word Prince, that bird, Camellia, Speedy Mama. Do I ever point them out to you on the board and say, man, they're sitting there puffing? No. You know why? They flew through the back of the shed, and guess what? If I had to give them another 5 miles, they probably still would have went through the back of the shed. Because they got a little bit, there's more in them. There's more fight and dig and dig and dig. There's more in them. I say when I see a bird out there puffing, not the whole loft, I see 1 or 2 puffing or 5 puffing, I think to myself, and everyone else is in the loft, they'll be gone soon. They don't have it in them. But
Christmas Cactus says, do you think it is possible to keep a team of birds in tip-top condition, both mentally and physically, for 7 to 9 weeks? Hey, that's a great question. I asked you the same thing a couple weeks ago, Ryan, right? Whether burnout or whether you can keep the momentum or, what are your thoughts on that?
Geez, I don't know. You know what? I think, again, I think it's the person. You know, Leah, you know, you did the auction season, right? We went to Europe and you hold it together. You know, could you have gone another 4 weeks? We said to each other, shit, I don't want to do another week. Like you're running on the fumes, right?
Yeah.
And it depends on these pigeons, and it depends on how you play them. And sometimes you get lucky. Hey, it poured rain today and they got wet. Wasn't that maybe just get a day off. You know, sometimes I don't know. You have to see it in them, and you have to feel it. It is what it is.
And then Christmas Cactus has a follow-up. If you can, how? Because I only can keep them in condition for 5 to 6 weeks at the most, to be honest. Anyone want to answer?
I don't know. I don't know. I kind of go by the weeks. I think last year, and I'm going to use last year, race. I smoked on race 6, which was the hardest one, the strongest headwinds. I had piles of them right up front. And then the next week I got hit with Mont Laurier on that angle. And I felt like I sort of lost the condition after that. I was trying to reel myself in. I don't know. It's something I think you feel it and you play it. Maybe you make some adjustments. I don't know. I just think every year is different and every group of birds is different. And sometimes I think you have to tweak. Like, again, I'm not using any hemp now. I'm not using any of the boost stuff now. Nothing. I'm at the very bottom of this hill. I'm at the bottom. I'm not even getting to there. I'm just at the bottom. And slowly, we're going to build. And let's see. Hey, this weekend, I had a crack in the armor. I didn't take the first 21. Ricky slid 3 in. So I feel like I fell off. There's the man right there, Leah. That's one of the best flyers you guys are going to see on that screen. Right there.
Gallo says when you release 40 or 50 birds, it is not the same as 200 or more. They never come to you together because not all of them have the same condition and quality.
The guy knows, man. He's built to raise pigeons, that guy.
Eddie Ortiz says motivation is also the love of the pigeon. Motivation is also the love the pigeon has to come home. So why not try to use it to your advantage? Well, absolutely.
You know, we had a pigeon. Pigeon was named in my loft the white pigeon, the white pipe, from the name of the seagull from the Greens. That pigeon loved me, man. Eat off my shoulder, tame, nice. You know, tried its best. Had a bad day, didn't come home. Jeffrey made it up to the black hen in Ricky's loft. Loves her, struts, man, feeling good. Doesn't come home. Did both of those 2 birds hit a wire, get hit by a hawk? Something didn't happen. But they all had motivation. It's motivation, and it has to be within them. Do you know, it's kind of, isn't it funny, Leah? I feed the pigeons on the floor. I sit with them. They eat feed out of my mouth. You know the blue grizzles. They're there. How many times have I ever said on the show, I pick up a pigeon and I say, oh, there's Prince. Oh, there's Fergus. Never said them once. They don't come around me, or they do, but they don't show enough to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're different. But boy, when I put them in the basket, from 2 miles, 10 miles, 21 miles. They're right there. Can they keep doing it? That's on them. But we're racing from start to finish. And that's what we want to show people. Start to finish. Show me the whole picture.
Mike Vandiak said, if my birds did not come home together from a 60-mile training toss, I would be very concerned that I had a big problem. Josh Tribley says, I have had birds that come home gasping, throwing up, and couldn't move. 1 hour later, they're cooing and strutting for his hen.
You know, again, another thing, you always like to see a pigeons work hard. Pigeon that works hard and looks gassed or fagged or beat, and 2-3 hours later, picks back up and he looks like $1 million. Good sign. Quick recovery. Okay. I don't, you know, again, what Mike says is you guys can take it either way. I look at things differently than someone else. I'm not going to look this, 23 miles, they come together on a tailwind. Because they don't have to dig. But go 23, 21 miles up a hill or go 23 miles down a hill. You're going to get a different pigeon. And that's the story, right? I think. I don't know. People will be the same thing. Me and Mike, we're both out of shape. We're both fat. We get on a bicycle and we go down the hill. We'll ride down that hill together. We'll just be sailing down. We'll be having a good time. Ricky will be with us. We'll be sailing down. And then we'll get to the bottom and we'll turn around and we'll ride back up the hill. And whatever one of us has better condition will pull ahead. Right, Leah? What do you think?
I would think. Speaking of training and tossing, and why don't we just give our thoughts about you guys' thoughts about yes, our Sundays. I was going to say Saturday. Sundays graduation. While I just play it here, maybe you could give us your thoughts on the release and how they came home. I'll fast forward to the arrival. Just talk a little bit about you guys' thoughts on it and how they came, and then we're going to go over our top 3 of our hotspot number 3. So here we go. We see them being released from the Rock, hotspot number 3. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Thanks, Scott. Nice guy. I mean, you see it? It's overcast, high ceiling. I normally put the flag away when I do it, but hey, we're gonna look through the flag, and that's okay. And camera footage just shows you the sky, basically. But Ricky said, how'd they leave? You tell me how they left.
Good.
Good.
Very good.
Good. They left good. You said they left quick. Okay.
Okay, just a moment, please. I thought there was going to be a little more chit chat to that, but
I don't know.
I have
No, I
to
think
fast
they
forward now
left
to the
very
arrival.
well.
Bear with me. Should I play the
That's
crickets?
okay. We could play the cricket. Take your headphones off, please.
Oops.
Go, Ricky, go.
No,
Okay,
hey,
here they come. Here now.
overcast sky. He said they went a little bit to the east, and they straightened out and headed home. They were flying in a 14-kilometer headwind.
I think you're going to see they should be coming any minute now. Any minute
We're
now.
going to have to learn to cut these down. We're going to have to cut the shows down.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little preoccupied today. But here we go. I'm sure it'll come up here eventually.
Yeah, take a look. They come good. The people that were there.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. There we go.
I almost hit the camera on that one, eh?
Isn't it weird how when they all come that the camera does that buffering? Do you think that has
Because
something
it's too
to
fast.
do with
It's too fast.
they're just too fast for the camera?
If I this week, if I just put a straight camera on and record it, it won't do that.
Yeah, we should try that. And I'm also thinking
All right.
maybe it has something to do with that magnetic field or something. It screws up the signal. I don't know.
Michael, no. Mike, what's the problem here?
Yeah, what's the
Sorry
problem?
about that. Michael.
Anyway, how are you feeling about how they trap, their trapping performance? What are your thoughts?
For the amount of trees that we're in and that, good. I went out there to beat Ricky, and that's what I did. He beat me the day before, and that bothered me, so I made sure this time I wasn't going to get beat. And the vegetables prevailed again. 3-0 on veggies.
Yeah, what did you feed them? What was the menu again leading up to?
I didn't like the performance from the day before. Not that I didn't like it. I was annoyed. I was annoyed with how they left. I was just annoyed. So I fed them a whole red scoop of vegetables and one red scoop of feed, and that was it.
We get to the comments here. Peter says, could the that's floating around. Some might be in the fever stage.
Oh, very smart man. Yeah, yeah. We don't know, and you see us going through it. I seen this since we started training. Since we started putting them in the basket, it went through them. So right now, let's say we've been training birds, luckily short with pox, with the fevers. Hopefully, that's the fever's gone through everybody, but maybe not because they all don't get it. I don't know.
Definitely a thought. Daniel Herman says maybe you could put some Red Bull in the drinkers and see how fast they really go. And just kidding. Ryan has been one to put Gatorade in their water, that's for sure. I'm sure you guys have seen it already. So don't put it past him.
Don't put
I
it
don't.
past me. When I gotta beat Ricky, I'll do anything.
I guess we're gonna get to our top three from our hotspot number three. Would you like to do that, or wait for Loft Manager Richard, or would you like to do an update on Jerry?
I don't know what he's doing. He's got the flashlight out there, and you know what we'll do, Leah? We'll start with third place. You put the cameras on. I'll run out. I don't know where Ricky Ding Dong went, but
Should we wait for him to come back, or?
it's just it's like Madonna said, life is a mystery, isn't it?
It sure is. Sure is.
The hell with him. Let's pull him out. You know what? When he digs deep enough, he'll get birds in the winning circle. But you know what? He won't get them this week either because I'm going to make sure.
David Tracy, did any birds not make it back from the graduation? Yeah, I think what did we say? We're down 7?
Yeah. We're down 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Maybe more. I didn't even. And today, what did Ricky say? We had 2 that come, 1 or 2. Nothing. Like very odd. Like you'd think they'd come. No, nothing.
If
Every
during
time.
this, sorry, Ryan, if during this broadcast I can get hooked up to the loft, to the clock laptop, I could check to see who we missed, who's not back.
Go ahead.
If you want.
Yeah, if you can. Do I have to do something?
No, just while you guys are talking about the winners, I'll see what I can do here to get hooked up. I just need a little time to just get in there, that's all. So we'll find out for you, David, just to give me a moment. Okay, Ryan is going to grab your hotspot number 3, third place winner. What are we talking about again? Of course, graduation, hotspot number 3, the Rock, 21 miles. Those are your top 21. You can have a closer look at your top 21 over on our website at feathersleypigeonauctions.com or fifa.ca. You will see them under the hotspot pick it to win it number 4. I think it's lot number 3. If you click on it, you'll be able to see all of our winners. Ryan is going to bring out third place. I will introduce third place from your hotspot number 3 winner of $100. WTF, what heavenly goddess, Vaquero Heavenly Loft. This is the 1051. Coming in third place, winning $100, Heavenly Goddess. Go ahead, Ryan.
There you see her. She's WTF, alien.
WTF.
Nice hen, real nice.
Very nice. Very nice, Ross. Very nice.
I wonder what it would be out of. You got to come on to promote it, eh?
Scully.
Scully 88, probably the best. Scully's dreamboat.
I think so. No, definitely well done. 1051 there, Heavenly Goddess. I think all the shares are still available for Pick It to Win It for your hotspot number 4.
Pox on the face.
Oh, pox on the face?
In the mouth.
Oh boy.
Pox in the face, pox in the mouth.
Maybe I'll do a little side by side. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, let's see, side by sider. Where's your little photo here, Missy? There she is. $100. Congratulations, Ross. Like a Peebler, those 7 or 8, they pulled off the puck birds. They pulled off the puck birds. Oh, they pulled off the pick birds. Are those 7 or 8? Are they pulled off the pick birds? No, Michael Peebler, not yet. And that's why I say make sure you check the last trainer or the last race to make sure whoever you're picking is still in the game. They haven't been pulled off yet. I'm not there yet. It's on the list. DeKine says right on, Heavenly Loft. Absolutely. Way to go, Ross. Daniel Herman says change Heavenly Goddess name to a white tail feather. WTF. Good idea, Daniel. Congratulations. Again, a big round of applause. 3rd place. We're going to bring up 2nd place, Ryan.
Yep.
All right. 2nd place from your hotspot number 3 graduation, The Rock, 21 miles. And I think Prince was winner of, I think, hotspot number 1, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Prince from Mike Katowski. Again, on Team Ryan, winner of $100. Waiting on Ryan. Michael Peebler says, cannot get that to work for some reason. Michael Peebler, what can't you get to work? To get Wing Companion to work? To look it up on Wing Companion? Pickbird to work? What can't you get to work? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I can walk you through it on air. If you need help with something, now is the time to ask. Because 9 times out of 10, if you have the question, somebody else out there has the same question and they're just shy to ask.
Oh, sorry about that.
Loft Manager Richard okay out there, or what is he doing? Very nice. Prince from Mike Katowski, 2nd place.
She's done it 3 times in a row now.
Very nice.
You want me to tell you what's amazing? Mike called me today because he's on vacation, and he said, Ryan, is there any shares left? And we had to get a share for him. There were still shares available. So, guys, today at 1 o'clock this afternoon, you could still get a share on that pigeon. What can I say, Leah? WTF. Wake the up.
Very nice. Mike Katowski, a Feathersley Pigeon Auction breeder, by the way. Also, an FYI, Ross Vaquero, a Feathersley Pigeon Auction breeder. Imagine that. Bing, bang, boom.
Good to be lucky.
Congratulations, Prince. And Mike Katowski, a big round of applause. Beauty.
There you go. Ready for the next one?
Yes. 1st place from your hotspot number 3, graduation, The Rock, 21 miles. From PigeonEmpire.com, Guido Madruzen, another Feathersley auction breeder. This is Gibbs, winner of $250. While we wait for Ryan, Michael Peebler says yes. Wing Companion, okay. Tracy says hotspot results are listed under results for races and not as trainers. That is correct. If you're looking for race results, it is listed under the races on Wing Companion, not trainers. Remember, Ryan, I'm usually talking, so the noises, you know. Michael Peebler says, do I use the same login info I use for a Pickbird I do on Wing Companion? The Pickbird is your Feathers Elite login, Michael Peebler. Wing Companion, you don't have to log in to see the results. You can just click on the results. Here we have Gibbs, your 1st place winner from Guido Madruzen, PigeonEmpire.com. Very nice, Ryan.
Yeah, very nice. He's got another bird there, and this bird's got pox on the eye too, and I'll show it to you.
Yep, I see it there. Yep.
I said to Guido, I said, hey, you should buy your birds from Master Breeder. He says, oh, before I learned how to do it, they were all gone. And he's still got one available, Ziva. Let's forget about this bird right now. He's got another one there, guys. It's coming up. It's not a high trapper, but you're going to win this Master Breeder in the distance, eh? Not in the trapping. It's in the distance. So I would probably, his mistake was not to activate it. Get in there and activate it. Wouldn't you say, Leah?
Absolutely. Also, Pickbird winner for Mr. Scott Hall, $570. So Gibbs here, that's quite a bit of money. Gibbs won for 2 people this weekend, which is fantastic. Tracy, Michael Peebler, Tracy has put the link for the races in the comments over on Facebook. So why don't you click on there and click on the listing results and poke around, and then you'll see how to use it. If you're looking for one specific bird in particular, let me know which one. I'll look it up for you. Maybe we could look it up together if you want, or maybe Tracy can give you a hand. It's not that complicated once you know where to go to look it up. Mike Vandiak says, so 2 of the top 3 clocking on the last hot spot were sick. LOL. Guess I had a point. Yes, Mike, I guess you did have a point.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what point you're making, but
Yeah, I don't
the
believe that
whole lot's
sick.
got pox. So I mean, if everyone's got a broken leg, I guess everyone.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Whatever.
I'm not sure either. Anyway, congratulations to Gibbs and to Guido Madruzen, PigeonEmpire.com, and to Scott Hall, and to all of our winners, and to all of our participants. Everybody did a really great job. If we want to take a look at the points after 3 races, Ryan, for our Master Breeder, perhaps people might be interested. Perhaps they haven't picked or they're sitting on the fence, because it will be
Yeah,
closing. I'm feeling like we're going to be closing it midweek, maybe.
maybe. I don't know. I thought there. I don't know if people don't understand it or what the problems are with it, but I would have expected. I'm watching people. I'm watching people gamble $1,000, $500, $700 on these pick birds where guys don't train the birds. I'm not getting it. And they're spending $700. 700, 1,000, 700, 500, 250 on pool birds. Birds don't even go to work.
Reminder, guys, our Master Breeder Series $75 activation bird with the most points after all 13 races will win the pot. We've got about $6,800 in the Master Breeder pot right now. Here is your points after 3 races, your top 10 in the points. Coming in 10th place, Boss Babe Loft. Adele with 817 points. 9th place, Frank Eichhorn. And Emil with 833. Van Troba Alaranta with Kamala, 834 points. The Flying Bitches and Speedy Mama from Mandy Scar, 848 points. Boss Babe Loft, again with Fergie, 849. Quad Boys and Grandpa with Emily, 851. Tied with Momo Beware and Teresa Always Next Year with 851. Third place, PigeonEmpire.com, Guido Madruzen and Gibbs. The pigeon Ryan is holding in his hand. Second place, Classic Flight and Fergus. And of course, first place from Mike Katowski and Prince with 894 points after 3 races. A big round of applause again to everybody. Back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, points are being awarded. Interesting to see. Birds are earning. Some birds will pull back up and pass these birds. But hey, getting the master breeder, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Troy's asking Leah, did someone already activate Wadadley in the master breeder? Yes, somebody did. If it says sold, that means that it's because somebody has already activated it. And yes, somebody did, Troy. Back to you, Ryan.
Yeah. Activate your birds. And as I said, activate someone else's birds. This isn't all about, just picking your own birds. Leah, can I ask you, Scott Hall's got birds in the race. Has any of his birds won him $1? That's a big zero. But what did he do? He went out. He activated other birds in master breeder. And you know what? It's
Actually,
paying off for him.
yeah.
Pick birds.
I mean, the majority of his money he's won through pick birds, but yes, one of his birds did win, I think, hotspot number 1 some money for him, I believe.
I like it. Excellent. What I'm saying is, he's got his own birds. He's trying other birds. He's picking other birds and pick birds. This isn't about picking your own birds, guys. These are all your birds. Go out there and be. Like I said, Mike Katowski called me. Ryan, is there a share on Prince? I'm thinking to myself, Leah. I'm laughing. I'm like, there's no way there's a share left in this bird. 1 o'clock today. Have to get him his share.
And you want to know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is after 3 hotspots, and we're only at 21 miles, we have awarded almost 70 prizes already to date. Between your, first to 21st, plus your pick bird winners, close to 70 prizes over 3 hotspots, and we're only at 21 miles. Isn't that incredible?
Hey, you guys, and again, as I said, go out there and pick the pick birds. You're watching the same show I'm watching. Leah, I can pick you 10 pick birds already I'm feeling great about for this week. Actually, there's about 30 I'm really feeling good, but there's a secret here. There's other birds now that are going to pick up the pace. Different birds. But I know the birds. You know what bird let me down this weekend? Gallant Prince. Jackson let me down. There was a few birds I thought were going to be right there. Guys, the Ross Vaquero bird was 3rd. Look at the bird. The bird's always up there. Always, always, always up there. Go and pick it. Just pick all 3 shares. You own it. Go to work.
They're there for the picking. And you know what else, guys? We've tried to make it affordable. We tried to get everybody involved, and by making it affordable, we're hoping to get everybody involved. And yes, our loft managers, if it's a $10 pick, the loft managers get $5 of it. So if you guys enjoy what loft manager Ryan and Richard are doing for your birds, with your birds, the training they're doing, the entertainment you're getting, the tips you're receiving, if you're enjoying it, what's a little $5 tip? So it not only, and you might be able to win. You might win $500 or $1,000 out of it. So it's a win-win situation, and you're putting a little faith in your pigeon, whether it's your pigeon or somebody else's pigeon or whoever's pigeon. It's always a lot funner when you've got a bone in the fight or a dog in the fight or however you say it. And $10, I think, is not a very expensive investment to get involved in the game. That's get off my soapbox now.
Yeah, and being sour because you don't pick your own bird, or you guys all have the opportunity when the races are closed between 5 and 6 o'clock on that evening of the graduation. It opens up. Get out there and pick your birds. You can do it. Pick.
Have some fun with it.
And pick.
Have some fun with it. You never know. Apparently, Tracy and Troy will be singing the national anthems for your hotspot graduation number 4.
Hold on a second. Oh shit. Oh no.
It'll be like Ebony.
This could be the great. This is it. This is we're not tearing walls down. We're not tearing roads down. We got jingles in the background. You know what, Leah? We're making things happen. This is like the first Christmas. Can you imagine the first Christmas, what it was like?
If Tracy and Troy can get it together and do a duet version of either the Canadian or the American national anthem, or if you really want to get adventurous and do them both, I will personally pay for free entries for both of them for next year.
Okay.
Well, no, hold on. Wait. Oh,
Actually, forget it. I'll get them pick birds for this.
yeah.
For this.
For this week, we're giving
Forget
everyone
next
pick
year.
birds. This is
Yeah.
pick
Okay, it'll be
birds.
pick birds.
Pick birds.
And
You each get 5.
is bartender Ricky there? Is he done shuffling and making his cocktails, or what are we doing?
It's Leah. You know when a DJ raps and he does the scratching,
Jesus.
Hoppy doopy.
hoppy doobie as he calls it. We call him right now when we do these shows, guys. We call them Ricky Shuffles. You got the
Nice.
ice.
Okay. Enough now. Okay. And that goes for anybody else. Anybody else that wants to come up with another version, a rendition. It has to be recorded by you or by your group or your band. If anybody's got a band, if you play an instrument and you want to play it on the guitar, any pioneer that sends us either the Canadian or American national anthem or both, we will award free picks to you. Not that we don't like the versions we have now, but we got to keep it fresh. I mean, we got a lot more national anthems to go through here.
Juice in there, boy.
All right, moving on. Do we have Jerry?
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Ricky to get Jerry here momentarily. He's
No, he's resting.
You ever
Sorry.
push the doorbell, Leah? We'll bring Jerry in because we want to show his productivity tonight.
Sorry.
You went out and brought the chickens in. You ditched the show on us while we're doing this. So you can bring in Jerry because that's what we're doing now. We're on the show. Okay. I know you got that Ricky Ding Dong look to you. So let's focus in, dial in on what we're doing here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Sometimes you got to babysit.
We're going to have a look at Jerry and see how Jerry's progressing. Guys, if you have questions, now's the time. Let us know in the comments. We'll wait for Laugh Manager Richard to go and get Jerry. We don't know where Laugh Manager Richard is. We can just hear him making a lot of noise. Back to you, Ryan.
I'm holding her together, Leah. Holding her together. It's one of those moments you got to just hold fast.
How about we talk about where we're headed next while we
Let's
wait?
see it. Show me.
See it up on the board. Hold on. There we go. Oh, round and around and around we go. Where do we stop? Hotspot number 4. The Watercrosser, 50 miles. That's where we're headed this week, folks. As you see that body of water there, that is Lake Simcoe. This will be the first attempt at either going across the lake or around the lake. What will the Pioneers do? You'll have to tune in and find out. We've got money on the line again, as always. And as always, we have our Pickbird series open now at featherslatepigeonauctions.com or FIPA.ca for your hot spot number 4. Graduation, the Watercrosser. Now, we haven't gone there yet, folks. We're going to be headed there this week where we're going to start our training. And then this weekend, we will have our graduation from the hotspot. So we always do 4 to 5 trainers to the location before we do the graduation when the money's on the line, and then we move on to the next hotspot. So just a FYI, that's how it works, and that's where we're headed next. Back to you, Loft Manager Ryan.
Yeah, this one really shouldn't have been called the Watercrosser. This one should have been called the Corner Pocket. Our problem is, and if you look at Leah, if you can just put the big screen up and get rid of my bubbly mouth.
Sure, Ryan. Just a moment, please.
Yeah.
Let me, here, we'll do this. We'll do it this way.
Thanks, perfect. And pause it when you pause it right at the start if you can. I'm really getting into it. Just
I can't.
Okay.
No.
Well, from where we are to where we got to go right over the middle of the water. But if we go from where we are to where we want to go, we would jump from 21, 22, 23 miles. We'd jump up to about 70, 70 to 75 miles. We jump them. And if they were my own birds, okay, I would do it. I got no problems. But this is everyone's birds, and I'm not going to jump pigeons from 20 to 70. So that's why we're going over to the corner pocket. We're giving them another little bit longer on the wing. Let them come down the side of the water. They won't cross it. They'll come down the edge of it, then they'll come across.
And that's the plan with that. Tracy says, let's do this. Absolutely. Troy's asking Tracy, is Tracy ready? Of course Tracy is ready. Mike Parrish is asking, Ryan, what do you think of the bird Ace?
The classic flight birds, they've been doing well. Jim does well. I think they're good pigeons. Another pigeon from Carlos Dextera. He's got what's the name of the bird? I talked about the other day. Pigeon I liked. He has an odd name.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam. Another good pigeon I like. The Ian Sybil birds. Anything Ian Sybil. Go ahead, activate it. It's a feeling that you're going to get. Okay? I don't want to persuade you. Whatever you like. Go out there and pick what you like. And see the performances. Don't pick a bird dead in the back. Pick a bird somewhere right up in there, and you should be fine. I think Lee. I don't know what to say to people, right? Age could be. Here's the thing. Right now, Classic Flight's on fire. Now, Classic Flight Quad Boys, they are the same people. They're the same family. So they have the same family of pigeons. So the Quad Boys and Grandpa, that's the same as Classic Flight. That's a little inside information. So you may look there and say, oh, I like that bird. Go and activate it. The Classic Flight and Quad Boys, their best birds might not even be showing up yet. Because, again, we're only at 23 miles, right?
Absolutely. We will see. Time will tell. Daniel Herman, do most of the new primary flights grow in longer after the first molt with the darkening birds as a rule?
Yeah, I think the flights change from baby flights to adult flights. They change the shape. Baby flights are normally more pointy. Adult flights are more better shape, but better, yeah, different, stronger, longer. I think it's just an evolution, right? Look at 10 years ago, I didn't have gray in my beard. Now I got gray, right? I don't know. Evolving.
Alrighty then. On that note, Jerry? Has anybody seen Jerry? Has anybody seen Loud Banjo Richard? Oh, gotcha.
Leah, I'm telling you, Ricky Ding Dong.
Well,
we might not have Jerry for this week, unless you want me to run out there, but I'm just...
Michael Peebler
I have to tell him twice which bird I'm talking about. He's just like, oh, man.
Maybe LMR was eating some of the plants today. Well, Michael Peebler? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Can people see that? Oh, yeah. Show that. Can you guys see what that is on the bottom of that, on that egg?
I got a question for everyone.
Sure.
Now, my question is, do you guys like the happy hours that we give on the picks? That's just my question. Let's see what the response is. I'm finding on year one we were giving happy hour picks and people were picking. This time it feels like I'm giving happy hour picks and it feels like, well, what am I giving happy hours for? Well, you guys want it or you don't?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Good. Just a question I'm firing out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're going to wait for Jerry, and then we're going to wrap this up because we've been on for almost 2 hours. Getting a little tired. So,
Really?
Jerry?
Really?
Are you there, Jerry? Yeah.
That's all I can say about that, Leah. No, that's all I can say about that is this. But, I think the overall, though, I'm looking at these pigeons, and I'm pretty impressed with them. I'm enjoying to play with them. They're giving their best. They're trying real hard, and you know, I always hate losing pigeons. Like I said, the little seagull there, and man, you know, same like make them cry, man. Same with our buddy. What's his name? The bird we liked,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Come on, it's like Jesus. And this is the worst thing. You know, I don't even want to say I like that pigeon. It's just like the big kiss of death.
So, while we're waiting for Loft Manager Richard, we're not quite sure if he's coming back or not, but in the meantime, I was going to pull up what birds did not clock from yesterday's Hotspot 3. You guys probably aren't going to be able to see it because the writing is a little bit tiny, but I will go through them here now for those of you who are interested. Scott Hall, by the way, about pick birds, he has his picked before happy hour. David Tracy enjoys the happy hours. Daniel Herman says, yes, more happy hours. Hard to know how to use the credit. Gotcha. And, you know, you can either use the credit for your pick birds or your master breeder. If you don't want to use the credit and you just want to keep the money in the account until the end of the season and then cash out your winnings when we pay out at the end of the season, you can certainly do that as well. There's absolutely no pressure for you to use the money in your account for any of the master breeders or anything that we come up with. We just thought it would be an easy way for people to use their money, because a lot of times last year people would say to us, oh, just use the money that I won from today's race for my pick birds for this week. So people were doing it anyway last year, so we thought we'll just get everybody to do it. So you don't have to, but you can if you want. There we go. Tracy, I look forward to the happy hour picks now that I'm home from traveling. We're glad to have you back, Tracy. Mike Parrish, what is happy hour? Ryan, what's happy hour?
Okay, so every week we have the pick bird picks, and Leah can probably put the photo up. Maybe she can while I say this. Our pick bird picks are $10 a pick. So for $10, you get to pick a pick bird for that week's coming graduation or race. When I say happy hour, and I am, and my sister knows me, sometimes happy hour is buy one get one free. The other day I did buy 10, get 5 free. Sometimes I do different things. I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling pumped. I want to see the pots go up. We used to have, Leah, did we not used to have these pots?
Yeah, it's basically, we used to be big, and we're going to get there again. It's just a sale on the pick birds to get more picks and to get more people involved. And we do it usually once a week on one of the shows whenever Ryan's feeling like he wants to throw it out there. So you kind of have to tune into the show to get your happy hour special. But we just wondered if it's worth our time to do it or if people aren't really interested. So a lot of people like it. I guess we'll keep doing it. I'm happy to see the support. I think we've gotten great support so far, and it's been great. I'm now going to go over the missed birds, the birds that did not clock or that I'm showing. Let me just reiterate that. It's the birds that I'm showing didn't clock, okay? I just ran the report. This is all I can do is run the report. If you guys have a conflict with what the report says, Ryan loves to take messages after 11 o'clock at night, especially on race days, so take that up with him. So here's showing missing, who did not clock from who we basketed on Sunday. Twisted Sister. There's a lot from the Twisted Sister and LMR. It looks like they're all Twisted Sister LMRs. Bloom Loft. No, Color of War. That's Pluggers. Color of War is Pluggers kid.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
Oh, I thought he did. Okay, so Color of War. Robert from Century 21. Miss July from Gold Medal Loft. Gregoric. Big Louie. Jason Mihalik, Big Bad Wolf. Jason Mihalik, Geppetto. Joe Soares Loft, Joey. Kidbird Loft, Leonardo. Polson Loft, Marigold. The Lion's Den, Tuna Turner. And Wonderbread Loft, it's Kevin. So those are all LMR Twisted Sister. All of yours came back, Ryan. Good job.
Okay. You know what? This week I could be the guy on the bottom end, so it is what it is. That's pigeon flying. and it's amazing. There's the first of pluggers to fall off. It's a cockbird, but he's a beauty. Not back, and some Icelandics are in there, and some checkers and blues. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. Mike Parrish says maybe set a time for it for happy hours.
I normally will do the happy hours, and Mike, I'm going to be honest. I normally do the happy hours when I'm training, when it's me taking the birds. Normally I do them in the middle of the week, middle to the end. It depends on what I'm feeling the pod is, and I want to get you guys going.
Yeah, we normally like to give it a limit, like say, okay, once we hit $500, we're going to do a happy hour. So that's going to be the rule. Once we hit $500 in the pot, we'll offer up a happy hour. We'll do it that way.
I think that's fair. I think, guys, there's enough really good birds. There's enough really, really good birds out there to pick. And I know you see Fergus and Jackson and Prince, and those are Gibbs. Gibbs was picked, only share. Gibbs was in the money twice, and people didn't pick him. Guys, stop looking at your own pigeons. These all are your pigeons. Every one of these pigeons is yours. Go out and look at the results and go out and pick. Ross Vaquero, Leah, by the end of this show, if I pick up my phone and go look and all 3 shares aren't sold, you know what I say? You can tell them. You tell them. Go out and do it. Oh, look at my photo.
Just going through some of Hotspot number 3's winners. And it's nice to see some new birds, some familiar faces, some new birds in the money, which is great. Great to see a little variety. This is Black Panther, Lusitano. This is their first time in the money. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. Super bird, that one. Very, very nice. Sex on the Beach, another nice pigeon. First time in the money.
Look at that. From Grant Wilson, all the way in Australia. This bird was bred by none other than Troy Spencer and Bar Loft. Stingray, Loft with Julie. I think I Am Legend. This is Bert's first time in the money. So we've got
that pigeon. Pick it.
Some new people in it, which is great. This is Tracy's first win with Cod Stewart. This is a Gallo pigeon. Again, another Feathers Lead auction breeder. There's Fergus. Tracy, fun fact of that list missing, only one showed signs of pox. Good fact there, Tracy.
How'd that one taste, Mike?
Scott Hall, with the jump in mileage, you will see different birds near the top this week. I agree. I think so as well, Scott.
Question I have for Scott. The lunch that Mike Sheridan bought you, how was it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What'd you guys have for lunch? So there we go. We see all the winners from Sunday. All right, Ryan. Jerry?
We got Jerry here. Are you sitting down for this, or are you just? Well, I don't know what you're doing. They can't see Jerry from there, but he's a beauty, Ricky. He's nice, looking good.
Here we see Jerry. Jerry is a Hedgie Heart Award candidate. Jerry hit a wire, hit something on his way home from, was it number 2?
Yeah.
From Hotspot number 2, and he has been recovering in the Pioneer Hospital. How's he doing, Ryan?
Boy, he's got a beautiful body on him. He's got pox in his mouth, pox on his lip. You can see the back of his head there, where you see his skull.
Wow.
But heart, isn't that heart?
Sure is.
And you know what? Yeah, he's going to still no eye here. I think he lost his eye.
You know, what do you think? Do you think that Jerry there, you think he was just flying home, or do you think he was racing to get home? What do you think?
Let's ask Jerry. Jerry, what are you thinking?
He was probably just flying, right? He wasn't racing to get home, just flying.
You know, actually, the question I should have asked him is, we're not asking, that's not the right question. Why did you even come home?
Tracy says Ryan and Jerry now have the same hairdo. Kinda. They're twinsies. Michael Peeler, an MLR haircut. That's what it looks like. Mike Parrish asking, will Jerry race again this year? What do you guys think? What are you thinking, Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, he's healing. Boy, he's got a body on that's still beautiful. What, I don't know. I can smell. He's you can smell him.
What does
Like a
that mean?
scab or a
Oh,
wound.
okay.
You can,
A wound?
yeah, you can smell that. But I'll tell you, if he races or he doesn't, he gets a nice place here. You know what? A lot of heart. And then you have to take that in as he'll be able to pair up to a hen. You can switch eggs with him. You can take a pair of babies out of him and have some fun with them, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe next year we're gonna have babies out of Jerry here again.
Yeah, maybe we will. But we want to show you guys the progress. We want to show you guys from week to week how Jerry does with us and what Jerry's journey is going to be at the end of the season. Who knows? Time will tell. Time will tell. Dekine says he needs sunblock on his head. Or like a little helmet or something. Mike Parrish says, I didn't realize he was missing an eye or blind. Can they still race missing an eye, Ryan? Have you seen it? Can it happen?
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to give this guy more time to heal, but he's healing good. We're gonna get him out there, and maybe next week, probably he'll be in there one more week. Then get him out and let him out and let him do his thing. We see how he acts. Maybe he can't do it, right? Then we don't punish him. We're gonna let him be a mascot of the loft. Heart like that, you can't knock a pigeon for heart like that.
And that's what David Tracy says. It's amazing how pigeons recover from such injuries. They are tough birds. They sure are. And they are birds with a ton of heart. And I think that's, why we wanted to show Jerry and why we want to follow Jerry along. Because, yeah, it is all about the heart. Michael Peebler, he made it back home and he has something in him. Absolutely. Tracy, what happened with Storm Chaser? Oh, how is Storm Chaser?
Coming along good. Another man coming along, getting better and better, moving up, flying good. I learned something you know what? Done this a long time, still learning. Never gonna stop learning.
Mike Parrish says, look up Mike the headless chicken story. Look it up where? On YouTube or on I'm gonna look it up after. If I find something on it that's interesting, I'll share it with the group. Daniel Herman, I think Jerry needs to have some stitches in the old head. I don't think he lost the eye. It's just like it's covered up from skin on top of his head slouching down.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel,
I'm not into surgically fixing. I'm not into sewing. I've never sewn a pigeon. Isn't that something, Lee? I've never done that. They've always seemed to heal, and let's see how it does on its own. Again, let's just pretend that Jerry's a wild pigeon out on the mean streets of Toronto, and this happens to him. How is that pigeon going to naturally heal? Mother Nature's going to naturally heal him. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah, let's see what happens. Mike Parrish says Google. Okay, I will Google it. Mike the headless chicken story. Guys, that's your homework for the evening. Google Mike the headless chicken story. And we're going to come back and talk about it on next week's Monday night family show. I think Loft Manager Richard's probably done for the evening. I'm done for the evening. Great show, great participation, great comments, great questions, great advice, great everything. This is becoming a great Monday night show. Congratulations again to all of our Hotspot number 3 winners. And good luck for Hotspot number 4. Adventure awaits us this week. Water, here we come.
Yeah, we got to be confident. We want to send them confidence. They've done everything we've asked them with very few little mistakes. Is there a mistake coming? Yes, it's called training. Mistakes happen. We're trying our best. The birds are giving us their best. You guys are supporting them great. Let's keep positive. And remember, we might have a little wobble here or there, but let's keep the positivity. Those birds will come. And it's been a real pleasure working with these birds, Richard, Leah, myself. It's been enjoyable. And you guys, I know the other day I showed a little bit of a complaint from somebody. It's kind of in the person's DNA, but you guys have been great. You've made it super fun to work with these birds. And I think if we keep it up here, we're going to be good.
I think so as well. Daniel Herman, I've been sewing at pigeons since I was 11 years old. Some of them turned out to be my best birds in both future races and in breeding. Also inspired me to be a doctor. Well, Daniel, you have it in you, bud. You're a doctor. I mean, come on.
Wow.
Can we
Wow.
fly?
Leah,
Well, we could fly Daniel in, and maybe he could perform some stitching surgery on Jerry, or we could do virtual
surgery.
stitching tutoring where Daniel will be on, he'll be the guest, and he'll talk you and Loft Manager
Through it.
Richard into stitching up Jerry. Pay-per-view.
Hey,
Daniel,
Leah.
we'll talk about it later. We're gonna make this happen, Daniel.
Wow. Well, no, it's funny. I mean, I've had to kill pigeons, I've trained pigeons, lost pigeons. I've done everything with pigeons that you could do. Really, I have. But I have never sewn up a pigeon. So, am I down to sew up a pigeon? Sure. It's not. I'm not against it. And now we've got somebody that's going to walk me through it. I'm getting walked through by a doctor. Now, Leah, if I sew up one pigeon, is that true that I'm now then called a doctor?
Could be, but I think Daniel Herman wins the Village Award for the Pioneer Village Doctor Award. Our village now, every village needs a doctor, and we now have one. Dr. Daniel Herman, the Pioneer Village Doctor. Tracy, get on it. David Tracy saying good night, all. Good night, good night. Dekine says on maps, what do you use for measuring distance? Crows fly. Yes,
Yes.
as the crows fly, not driving miles. It is air miles. Stephen,
Straight.
nice to see you on, Stephen, on YouTube. Scott Hall, cosmetic surgery. Hey, we could all benefit from a little cosmetic surgery. Okay, Scott. Tracy says Jerry's new name is Patches. Oh, Daniel says cool. He's all for it. He's all for it. Daniel says if you can tie your shoes, you can give stitches. Oh, some of us wear Velcro, Daniel. Some of us wear
Yeah.
Velcro.
And you can tell Leah just dated herself there because us modern day youngins, we use Crocs. Hell with the Velcro.
Yeah, you know exactly what Velcro is, Ryan, and I'm pretty sure if I look in your closet, you probably have a pair. So Tracy said Special Olympics for pigeons. Amen. I'm all for that. Anyway, we're just having a little bit of fun. Thanks, guys, for making it a great show and for your involvement. Yes, Ryan, last word, and then we're going to wrap it up. I got to go to bed.
You gotta go to bed. You guys, that's what makes the show right there. That little bit there at the end, lightening it up. The serious stuff is great. We don't rip on anybody. We're not going to agree eye to eye, and I don't want you to agree with me. I'm not going to maybe agree with you. Me and Mike go back and forth all the time. But guys, tonight, perfect interaction. I want to thank you guys for supporting these birds. Leah, it was so nice to have you back on the show. I can do these shows with Ricky, but it's just not the same. Unfortunately, Ricky, we're going to give him this for tonight. And that's all I have to say. Dekine, you are our chef. Mike Vanderyak is our police officer. Daniel Herman, look at you. Go! You're the doctor. I'm going to sew a pigeon up, and then I'll put Dr. Ryan Zonigan to my name. Inch by inch, brick by brick, mile by mile. Congratulations to those winners. But this week, there will be some new ones. I'm Ryan. That's Ricky. You hear Leah. Thanks for flying with us, guys. You were great. Adios. Bye for now.
Have a great night, guys.